It's about to go down. Oh!
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Imported Brand Podcast. I'm your host, Nathaniel Robitaille. Today, I'm here with Adehkeem Brown. Did I say it right? Adehkeem. That's what I said. That's what I said, bro. Adehkeem. I've been saying Adehkeem for 5 years now. Adehkeem. AB. That's what I guess.
Yeah.
I'm calling you what I call you, and I always call you Cheem, so I'm calling you Cheem. But Adehkeem Brown, welcome to the show, man. I'm excited to have you. First of all, I love you. Thank you for doing this, and thank you for being on.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get going right into it. So for people that don't know Cheem, because I can't say his name correctly, Cheem and me met in 2019 after his first year, I think, in Europe, right? His first year in Europe.
Yeah,
And he was in Italy, and then he came to the Swedish Hall Unicorns in 2019 after a whirlwind of events. But that's where we started. That's where we met, and our relationship was kind of blossomed and grown from there. But I want to get to the nitty gritty of who Adehkeem is, and I want to get to know you deeper, and kind of let everybody else get to see the guy that I know. And so we'll start right now. Where are you from, and where are you based right now?
I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, but right now I'm in Quincy, Illinois, doing strength and conditioning, helping the student athletes just get better, get faster, get stronger, and working on my master's in organizational leadership as well. Trying to complete that by 2026, end of the 2026.
Yeah, so you went to Quincy University, but before all that, where did you start your journey with football?
I started playing football when I was 12. My uncle and my dad had got me into it. My uncle was coaching a youth team, and then, I was playing soccer and basketball, but I never touched the football. So they just saw how athletic I was and decided to throw me in football. And ever since then, I just couldn't stop playing.
For real. So they got you into football. You started playing at 12 years old, kind of late, right? A little bit.
Yeah, it was pretty late because I had cousins that were playing when they were 6 years old.
Yeah. A little late. So you're an athlete, all-around athlete, baseball, basketball, I'm assuming, somewhat track, probably soccer, whatever it may be, whatever kind of sport was thrown your way. Then you got in football at 12 years old. And I mean, you took it this far. Now you're playing the professional level and all that. What kept you in it from when you started at 12?
Honestly, I would say my dad. My dad just kept me going. He was super supportive. He showed up to every game. He was like my biggest fan. So my dad just kept me pushing and kept me going. Even when it got hard, things get hard, he would just be there, be an ear that I could lean on and just keep me pushing, keep me moving forward.
Yeah, I hear that. That's dope. And now, so start at 12, go through the Pop Warner ranks, then you get to high school. How was it? How was your high school career? And then how was your high school career? And then how was recruiting? Because I know recruiting for me back in the day was rough, bro. We didn't have any of this stuff that kids have now, and we don't have I work with PPI, you know that, and those kids, and they don't have liaisons. Like for me, like we didn't have all this broadband stuff to get through. So how was that for you, like your high school career, and then to the opportunities that you had to go play college football? How'd that go?
It was tough a freshman year. but I kind of didn't really know where I was going to take football. I was just kind of doing it because all my friends were doing it. I was having fun, I was having fun playing football. I didn't really know how far, I don't really know how good athletes were or like if I was, ready to play at the next college level. But I started when I was a freshman. And then as I just
varsity?
moved. No. I started playing freshman ball.
Okay.
And then sophomore, you played JV. But I also did other sports. I did track.
Yeah. Goes hand in hand.
Basketball. So I was just all over the place. So I got to about my senior year, and I had colleges looking at me. But we didn't have all the recruiting tools, or I wouldn't say I didn't have access to a lot of recruiting tools, or didn't know the knowledge of having someone guiding me through what needs to be done and, who you should be reaching out to and how you should talk to coaches and stuff. So I didn't have all that. So it was kind of like rough at first, but we'd have recruiters come down to our school my senior year, and then I was like, okay, I'm talking to coaches. I'm in front of coaches' faces. I could really do something with this.
Yeah, yeah. Did you what was the main school that you wanted to go to when you realized it was like, okay, I'm picking it up, started at 12, now I'm in high school and I'm doing my thing, and now these coaches are coming to see you, and that's pretty cool. Like you feel like a big dog because you got like, I got people coming into school to see me and stuff. I got this letter, that letter. What school did you really want to go to?
My favorite school would back then would probably have to be Ohio State. But so obviously I'm going to start big and
Yeah,
then just
yeah.
kind of trickle down. But I was getting a lot of letters from like Division II schools, Missouri Southwest Baptist, obviously Quincy University. They came in, stopped and see me, Dayton, Ohio. So I was, just kind of after a while, it got to a point where I just wanted to play like at the biggest level that I could, really get a chance. And that ended up being Quincy University because we just kept in contact and he just kept the most conversation with me. So I just felt the most comfortable going to Quincy University.
Yeah, that's good. That was same here. The recruiting thing, we didn't know how to navigate that. Which if I had what we had now, the resources now, man, who knows where I would have been. But
Yeah.
so you get there, you go through your recruiting process, you end up at Quincy University. Where is Quincy University?
It's 2 hours away from St. Louis, Missouri, and Illinois. So it was like the perfect setup, not too long, not too far from my family. I got a big family in St. Louis that loves to come watch me play. They came to a lot of my high school games and, a lot of coaches and stuff. So, it was a great place for me to come still get away and focus on what I got to do and still have my family around not too far away.
My freshman year of college was the worst experience of football in my entire life. I felt like I didn't know how to play. I went from being a big dog quarterback, one of the best in the state, to fifth string receiver. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Well, I'm better than this guy, that guy, there's this third guy. And dude was telling me that, and I'm like, then how the coach don't see it? I feel like trash.
Hmm.
How was your freshman year of college football?
It was rough. It was rough. Like you said, you get into the room and, you're no longer the big fish, in a small pond. Now you're just in a bigger pond with bigger fish.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that I wasn't the most athletic. We came in, we did testing and all these other things, which I was a great football player, but at the college level, you have to be, a crazy athlete as well in order to come in and start as a freshman. When I got here initially, they gave me a wide receiver book and I told them that I play DB.
He said, "Nah, I ain't doing all this."
Yeah. So yeah, in high school I played mostly like a rover down safety type DB. So I'm gonna stick to what I know. I just wanted to get on the field as fast as possible. That was I just wanted to play. So that was my goal.
When did you start starting?
At Quincy University, I walked on here in 2013. Yeah, when I graduated high school, graduated in 2013. I walked on here and then I redshirted. I redshirted my first year. And then after that year, I earned a starting spot. So my
For real quick, because we got some listeners that don't know what redshirting means. So what does redshirting mean?
redshirting is basically you take a year just to work on, whatever you need to work on, whether it's strength, speed, technique, and learning the defense,
Yeah,
just
it just it
adjusting from high school to college and all
definitely.
that stuff.
Okay. So yeah, so it just gives you, it just for people that don't know what redshirting means, it just kind of gives you an extra prep year at the university where you don't count as a freshman on the field.
Hmm.
So none of your play, you still have 4 years or five depending on if you have the gray shirt because you're injured. Gray shirt is due to injury, but red shirt is okay. We're gonna redshirt you. It's kind of like we're gonna save you for later to kind of get you up to speed with the college game. And so you redshirted your freshman year.
Hmm. Yes, sir.
And then after that, it was all guns blazing. Or what happened?
Yes, it was a bit of a process because I was still, a walk on trying to figure out, as a walk on, you don't get a scholarship, so you got to figure out how you're
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
pay for school. So I'm reaching out, I'm scraping up as much money as I can. We didn't come from a rich family, but
Mm-hmm.
we had the money when we needed the money for the most part. I was, I didn't really like asking, my family for money.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, so I just put in the work and I talked to the coach. He told me, if I come out start every game my freshman year that I'd earn a scholarship. So that's what I did. I made sure that I outworked everybody in that room in order to get a scholarship.
Damn, that's pretty crazy. For those that don't know, that's a lot of work you have to put in coming from a walk-on spot to playing every game as a redshirt freshman, and then earning that scholarship, which is amazing, and then obviously taking it to new heights. And then it says here, 2014 to 2017, 103 tackles, 43 games, 13 interceptions.
That's 14. They missing one. They
Oh,
missing
they
one.
missed one. So
I think they
14
missing.
interceptions. Dude, Cheem. Cheem got 14 on his resume. Was 2016 your best year, your junior year?
Yes, 2016. Yeah,
Yeah.
2016 was kind of the year that I had a great relationship with the DC, which was Coach Hub, Connors Hubbard at the time. I believe he's at somewhere in North Carolina coaching now at Catawba. Yeah, I believe he's at his alma mater. But we had a great relationship. He was a great DC. He was great at communicating with me, and I'd be in the office. That was the first time I actually got to like get close to my DC and actually like be one of the guys on the team as far as like stepping up and making plays. He kind of just really believed in me. That's what really helped me that year. And my defensive back coach, Robert Hart, who now is a DC, I believe at a JUCO in Cali. So, with the right people in my corner, great things can happen.
No, for sure. Yeah, from looking at the stats from the years, man, it looks like you kind of stayed consistent in tackles all the way through all 4 years when you played from that DB spot. And yeah, the picks that junior year, man, it wasn't a camp day for you for that year, man. You gonna try me on a camp day? I had the red jersey on 2 years ago. They was trying to pick on you then.
Yeah, we had so that was that whole year the defense was kind of set up to where like, I get a lot of targets. So I'd be in man coverage while, everybody else is as the boundary corner in the cover 4 defense we played. I'd be in the boundary a lot in man coverage, so I get a lot of shots to where they
Yeah,
would, try and pick on me, but it didn't work.
wasn't happening that year. So that's good, bro. So that's cool. So you had a good career at Quincy University. 43 games played, which is a lot. It's damn near every game.
Yeah, I don't think I missed a snap after my freshman year. Yeah, I don't think I missed a snap after I redshirted.
Yeah, but you didn't when you're on the field. You didn't miss anything. So that's pretty good. So you had a great career at Quincy University. After Quincy University, after starting football at age 12, what were your aspirations at that? Were you just like, okay, now it's time to get a job? I'm just trying to get to the workforce. Just trying to figure out what's my degree in, or what was that? What did you get your degree in? Your first degree?
I initially studied criminal justice just because I have a family background that, deals with a lot of criminal justice. So it was kind of easy for me just to pick it up. It was what I knew. So, my uncle was a cop and is a detective in St. Louis, Missouri. So I watched him do his job and go to work. And, so I was like, I could see myself, being like him when I get older.
Yeah, that's dope. I was talking to my cousin about that today, being a police officer. I said, man, it's some places it's looking real nice with the salary,
Mhm.
and for the amount of work that I see some of these people doing in my city, I'm like, I mean, it looks good. I have to be a pillar in the community in both the helping and in already in athletics, but just helping in the community side now as you get older. That's pretty good. So then, so criminal justice now, and now you're going back to school in Quincy for leadership, right?
Yes, sir.
You said
Organizational leadership.
organizational leadership. Okay, so getting that done. After Quincy, what happened? So that
I
was
was
2017. What happened after 2017 in your football career or life?
like I said, I'm a kind of like I just take it kind of year by year as far as football, and I didn't know if I could play at the next level or not, but I knew I wanted a scholarship, and I knew I needed to be better, and I always had a
Yeah.
competitive gene to where like I want to be the best. I just don't want to be an average player just playing football. I always wanted to be the
Mm-hmm.
best. So I think around my when after my junior year, I had a great sophomore year. I had a lot of PBUs, probably like 2 or 3 picks, maybe two. But after that, and then I had my junior year where I broke all the records for the school, and then the conference I had broke some records. I was like, oh, I could really take this as far as I want. Just praying a lot, staying close to God. I was just praying for a shot at the next level, whether it be the NFL, anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I played in a Dream Bowl after I graduated.
That was down North Carolina, South Carolina, something like that.
It was in Virginia. Virginia.
Virginia, yeah,
Yeah,
Virginia.
Virginia. So I played in the Dream Bowl, and then you know, I think the scouts were there for like the first practice, which it kind of took me a minute to get settled in. But once I got settled in, I had played a great game there, talked to a couple scouts, which was very, like I said, I didn't know how far I could take it, so I was
It's
just,
different, huh? You like, yeah, I'm
yeah,
excited. You see
I
that
was,
little
I was,
logo
I
on. You
was,
see that little logo on the chest. You're like, ooh, that's the
yeah,
NFL.
yeah. So once I realized, like, oh, I can, there were draft picks out there and people ended up getting picked up. So once I was like, oh, I can really compete.
Mm-hmm.
So I just did my best. I think I had a pretty solid game that game. I had a pick at corner, played some safety, had some hits, played a little bit of slot, had some PBU slot corner. So I was just all over the place. And then I ended up not getting a shot. I had some rough troubles finding an agent coming from a small school and really being, I'm not gonna say I was the first one, but I didn't really have anybody kind of got me through this process again. So now I'm in the same
Yeah.
process as I was in high school, just at a different level and a different magnitude, trying to get to the next level. So, I kind of fell through the cracks and didn't get picked up. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start. Actually, I started training people, because I still wanted to be in the community, started training kids and just people. You're not regular 9 to 5 workers that go to work and just want to get in shape, So I just started training them. And then I ended up getting a shot with Torino, Jaguari, Italy. So I ended up just going there because I saw a lot of guys leaving our conference that would go overseas. So I was like, why not give it a shot and continue to keep playing.
I had no clue about overseas football. I had
Yeah.
no clue. And I remember going through my Facebook messages probably when I first got there a few years, like 8 years ago probably. And I was looking at some of the people that were reaching out, and there was some teams out there that was reaching out. And I was
Hmm.
like, what the heck is this? My buddy actually got me into it. That's how I got out here. How was it's different now. So for guys that are listening even to this podcast, thanks for listening. But even to this one, like it's way different now than how it was back then. For reaching out to get to play in Europe, bro, it's a total different game and recruiting for that now. A lot harder than it was back in the day in the twins for sure. But how did you enjoy Italian football? I'm a realist, bro. So, and I've only been in, like, we'll get to that point too, where we went to Germany together, but I've only been in Germany really. And I've only been in like leagues that people in Europe, that was the top league at the whole time. I've been to the Italian Championship. I went to that a couple years ago. It was just Luke. Shout out to Luke. It was just Luke playing pitch and catch with his receivers versus a bunch of bums.
Hmm.
If I'm gonna keep it real, if I'm gonna keep it 100% real, bro, this is just Luke out there playing pitch and catch with against just a bunch of just lesser talent. And I said, damn, this is what Italian football is like. I'll be 2000 easy. How was that experience?
I had a great experience. It was a little rough at first, leaving home, being so far away.
Yeah,
I'm used to being 2 hours away from home. So now I'm in eight
you
hours
crossed
or
the
13
world.
hours, yeah. And then I'm in a whole different time zone. So like at that point, you're Italian, like when your football team is your family, the organization is your
Yeah,
family. Your imports there is your family. So I had a bit of a time. Just it's an adjustment, especially as a first year player. Every first year player probably goes through it. So it's just adjusting. But once I got adjusted, and the food was amazing, the people treated me great. I had a really good coach there, Brian, who I think he played in Swedish Hall.
Mitch. I don't know. It was like the little short dude, Michetti,
Yeah, Michidi. I don't want to
Coach
slander the
Michetti
last
or
name.
something. Coach Brian.
Yeah, Coach Brian.
Yeah, good dude. Love Brian actually. Love Brian.
Yeah,
He was the
great dude.
old head. He was the old head.
So yeah, he kind of just helped me throughout the whole process, and kind of for me, I didn't really. It was tough, but I was guarding, number one receivers every week. Like I'm guarding Americans, so like for me, it's kind of like the same, just on an
Yeah.
island guarding
Yep.
guarding Americans, just teaching football to my teammates was, I think that was the biggest thing as far as, the adjustment, just, really having to be a leader and try to
The
get
food was
other
good,
people
huh?
right.
The food was good.
Oh yeah, the food was great.
Italian food must have been off the chain. You're helping out all your dudes. How was the travel in Italy? Is it long travel with the teams being, are they everywhere or are they all kind of in one spot? 'Cause I really don't know.
They're all in Italy. So like we take buses, probably 4 or 5 hour bus rides, probably
Well, that's not bad.
8 hours was I think the longest maybe that year. We went to Florence. So yeah, it was kind of like college.
Yeah, I get that. And you had a good season there. You had a good year, a good season there, which
Yeah, I
then led
played.
you to what was next? Because I know you right after that season, that was 2019, right? You go to Torino. You went from Quincy to mulling around like everybody does, trying to figure out the NFL route, and if that doesn't work, you try to find something else, and you end up in Torino, in Italy. Transpired next.
So we went to the playoffs. I think it was like one of the first playoff runs they had in a while. So we ended up going to the playoffs, and then we lost in maybe the first or second round to the
Mm-hmm.
championship team, Florence. So kind of back to square one again of, went back home for about 2 weeks, and then I was talking to the head coach of Swabish Hall for a little bit on and off. But Brian had played there, so he kind of, told them, this dude's a really great person, a great athlete. Just looking for a shot. Honestly, yeah, at a higher level. I'd always hear about general.
So Brian got you there?
He was a big help. He was a big help. He put in a really great
You put in a
word.
good word.
Yeah, he put in a good word.
Brian got you there because we had Montez, and Montez was just there for a 1.5 week vacation in Germany, coming from Canada, just partying, and then he left, and then the next thing you know, we said, hey, we got a new guy coming in, another DB from
Hmm.
Italy, and I said, okay, here we go. And I got a new roommate. I got a new driving partner. I said, here we go.
Yeah, so yeah.
2019 summer was a turn up. But you came in and after the bye week, right? After the vacation, whatever it is in Germany, which is awesome. I love that actually with the GFL because it gives you that time to travel as an import.
Mhm.
So you came in during the end of that, right? And I think you missed the first, right? You missed the first game back. Yeah,
Yeah, I
you
believe
missed the
y'all
first. I got a
played
good memory.
Marburg or somebody like that.
Yeah. You missed the first game back, and then you came in and started playing. How was your experience in Swabish Hall?
It was great. They treated me well. It was a top organization. So, it
The
was
best,
so it
hands
was the
down, the
best
best.
organization. I believe you guys were what 50-0 when I came in there.
Yeah, probably in the 30s or 40s.
Yeah, somewhere in there. So
Yeah, because you had some help in that 50. So
yeah, so
yeah,
it was a great experience. So I had a great group of imports. Roby, kind of
yeah,
helped me,
definitely.
kind of just mentor me, show me around. Help me get from where I needed to go, show me
Yeah,
the
bro, we was
barbershops
doing
and
it. We was doing it, man. We was
yeah.
doing it.
So that was it was great.
Remember, we could talk about it, but we had the house meetings the first day.
I
The first
I didn't know what was going on. I came here to play ball, and I didn't,
and you can't say no to the biggest one in the house.
I was just trying to ball. I didn't know what was going on. I just came in there and tried to keep the peace.
You know what I'll never forget about Swabish Hall? Remember when I for everybody listening right now, I was patient one with coronavirus. You remember when I had that sickness and I brought my bed downstairs and I remember it was like the first week you got there, or not the first week, but you were there, and I saw your light on at like 3 a.m. And I knocked on your door. I said, "Yo, I got a rat in my room." And you said, huh? And you came, but you didn't come in my room, bro. You stood at the doorway, and I was in there like, I think it's in here somewhere, bro. Just standing there. And then he was like, you was just peeking in like this, looking around. And you said, I'm going to bed, bro. I'm tired. So then you went back into your room, and I was searching and looking, and I went to go knock on the door again, but your light was off. But the funniest thing, bro, like, because of this, you took a towel, wrapped it up and put it on the bottom of your door frame.
Ain't no rats coming in here. No, sir.
I said, yeah. I lost it, bro. I went back to the room dying laughing because I'm like, how do you think of that? Just roll up a towel, put it on the bottom. He said, I ain't gonna have no rat. He didn't even say anything to me. I'm gonna do this. He just did it. It was like, I gotta have no rats in my room. Dude, that had to be. And then I found the rat after my COVID nonsense. I found the rat in October. That happened in July. I lived with a rat all the way through October. And Big Jeff came in when my parents got there, and he's the one that found it behind my bed.
Picked
But
it up.
for
Yeah, what
yeah,
y'all like picked it up, and I don't even know where y'all tossed it. I was like, yo, I ain't.
no, Dev, my dad gave Dev a plastic bag. Dev reached behind my bed, grabbed the tail, wrapped it in the bag, gave it to me, and then I ran outside and threw it in the trash.
It was
But
dead.
no, it was alive still. But you know how where we lived, and then it was the gas station, and then like that curve before you head to Coughlin.
Mhm.
I just kept running until I found a gas station. I mean, a trash can. I just kept running, then I found a trash can on the street, and I just threw it in the trash can and ran back. But I'll never forget that, bro. I came back around the corner, and you had to roll up a towel and put it at the bottom of your thing. I said, this guy is crazy. I said, this dude's crazy. And then we just like Mike, the last one we did yesterday when Mike came to Swabish Hall, we had a blast, bro.
No,
We
yeah,
had a
Mike
blast
was
in
there.
Swabish Hall.
Mike was
Yeah,
there.
we had a blast in Swabish Hall. And two, when old buddy did that stiff arm in the Dresden game. The only reason I remember that, and I had to bring this up, is because he had the illest touchdown celebration after. When he grabbed the U, he threw the U and then shot it with a bow and arrow.
We still won that
But
game. We won.
we did.
We won
But
by a significant amount.
your claim was that Ocho's left you out just high and dry when he drove on the ball and he should have been back there at safety.
You know, there's responsibility in cover four. You know, I take care of anything coming outside. You know, he's got a tight split. Anything coming outside, I got you. You know, I'm
They
outside
knew it.
leverage.
They knew it. They must have been on. They must have had it on film, and they must have did a little nod right here, and then they had a guy go right behind him if he's going to drive on that.
Yeah, they probably seen that on film. Great film study. Great play.
It was a great play.
Yeah, it was a great play.
It was a great play.
It was a great play.
They thought they were going to do something, but then we just came back and stormed them.
Yeah, it was shut down after that.
And remember, so Swabish Hall 2019, Dresden game. I tear my quad the first play of the game that I was out there on the punt return. Played the whole game. You went out and tore your groin.
So I did that the game before. So I was already playing on an algoy. I messed up my groin, just a slight tear. And then I stuck it out for the Dresden game. You know, he was one of the top receivers in the league.
Yeah. Big dude.
Definitely had to cover.
Definitely had to cover. Remember after that game though? Remember that week?
Yeah.
Remember when we went to Dr. Bomey's office?
I've never done nothing like that before, so I ain't know what was going on, or I was really just taking his word for it.
Yeah, but remember what he did?
He messed up the blood. He got lost track of whose blood was whose.
I hate needles as it is, but if you're a doctor, you don't not label the vials. Cheem's blood, Roby's blood, and then leave. He was joking around with us the whole time about the game and whatnot, and da. Took both blood. I hated it. And then next thing you know, he comes back in 10 minutes later. But guys, we got to take more blood. We didn't know whose vial was whose.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Lord, this is what we're doing right now. Golly. Yeah, we had some wild times, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely was another rough transition at some point.
That's what do they say in that every time they do the broadcast? This is GFL football. So you go 2019 to Reno, kick off your European career, go to Swabish Hall, get to a championship, play one of the best teams in Europe. 2020 hits. It's the COVID year, nothing's really happening. And then 2021, you go to the Potsdam Royals.
Mm-hmm.
How was Potsdam? I've never played in the North. How was your time in Potsdam?
So just after leaving Swabish Hall, I just knew I wanted to play back in that league at the top level. You know, I just wanted to be healthy a full season. Because I never really got to get in my groove there, just with the injuries and coming in halfway through the season. You know, it was a lot of factors that dealt with that season. I knew I wanted to come back, just kind of make a name for myself. So I ended up reaching out to Potsdam, they were lower tier in the league at the time. They were new to the league. They're obviously dominating right now. They were kind of newer to the league, so I ended up reaching out to them and, met some great people there. It was a great city by the water. Great experience for my second year in Europe. It was very different. It wasn't because all the imports lived kind of in different places, so it wasn't
Places.
as close knit. So whoever you were with in your room or kind of lived near, that's who you kind of were with, most of the time. So I
It's
just try
different.
to help, take what I learned from Swabish Hall and just kind of apply it at Potsdam. Try to build a winning
Yeah.
culture.
Yeah, I hear that. How was your season at Potsdam that year?
It went great. They had their first playoff run as well. When we were there, we were one of the top defenses in the league. I ended up getting, I believe I was an All-Star that year in the GFL. So that was, it was great. I was healthy for, I think I missed like 2 or 3 games maybe, just due to my slight elbow injury I had. And then I ended up coming back in the playoffs. Played Munich. We beat them the first round, and then we ended up playing Swabish Hall again.
Yes, I was in Finland.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching that game. I was mad as I remember I wrote you, called you. I was mad at you, boy.
Yeah,
I said,
definitely wish it was a different outcome, but
yeah, I do too. I wish it was too, because
yeah. So
damn, I remember that, bruh. I remember that game. Y'all had him too.
yeah,
Y'all had him.
yeah. We just it was we was a lot of first year guys on that team, and
Yeah,
we just
there
had to build
wasn't
chemistry.
it wasn't a what do you call it? You didn't have like that playoff experience. You didn't have that like winning experience all the time
Mm-hmm.
to know how to like come out in a game like that and just take it over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember calling you then. Damn.
Yeah, I wish we could have got you out there.
Weren't we talking about that too? We were talking about that. Damn, after the Finland season. Shoot. Damn, well, God works in mysterious ways. After 2021, so you lose to Swabish Hall in 2021. Don't they go on to win a championship? I think they did.
I believe they made it to the championship the following
They
year.
lost to Dresden.
Yeah, I want to say they did lose to Dresden.
I think they either won in 2021 or
Or
they
they lost to
lost in
Swabish again,
2021,
maybe.
and they won in 2022. I think they lost in 2021 and then won in 2022. Yeah, I think they lost to Dresden and then beat somebody in 2022. And then after 2021, Potsdam Royals. So you're starting to get your feet cemented in European football. You go to one of the best teams ever, the New Yorker Lions. How was that? Because I've had a bunch of guys. I know Coach Tomlin, and they said they love it, man. It's one of the best run organizations. You get a bag of goodies, you get all that clothing and stuff, and that's like as a European import, American import, you're like, that's all I want. I want to get a little bit of pay and I want to have some gear. I just want to be
Yeah,
comfortable.
yeah.
And
So
so
yeah,
how was that?
it was great. It was great. And ever soon as I touched down, they give us this huge duffel bag full of clothes, and they make it really feasible for their imports to kind of just maneuver around, travel. You know, so it was. And, I wanted to go there because I wanted to learn from one of the best. I want to see how the top organizations were ran. Just collect more information, just to bring back. When I'm done. So I can help other people along the way. And so it was a great learning experience from just how, top tier organizations are ran.
Yeah, definitely. So you can bring it to other places that you play. And so you can kind of get and learn that way of. And I always do that too. People always ask like, I always try to bring, like, why you do this, why you do that, because I've been on top organizations in Europe, and I try to do what you just said, bring it to everywhere else. So, and I try to model everything after Swabish Hall and what we did there. So I was there for the longest, and that was kind of, I mean, we had everything we wanted, bro, as
Mhm.
as an import. Coach Newman and that staff made it very feasible for you to just, like you said, maneuver without having any cares in the world. They want you to do one thing, and that's play football. So that's why I loved Swabish Hall back in the day for that, and I would assume Braunschweig's kind of that way.
Mhm.
Being. So then after 2022 in Braunschweig, you go to what's next?
I ended up signing with the USFL, New Jersey Generals, after that. So, I was excited to get back home, start training. And then they had a coaching staff change right before the season. So that cut my time short. as far as, a month before camp, they kind of let me know that they were having a DC change and, he might have his own guys he wants to bring in. In America, that's kind of how it goes. The more I learn,
Yeah.
it's more like who you know. I always
Mm-hmm.
thought that, I do these great things. They'll see this film and, I'll eventually get my shot, but it's more so who you know.
Yeah, that's the tough part about this game is when you get to a certain point, it starts to be politics and politicking and stuff like that. And you can be the best guy at your position, but if this guy knew that coach and he has a similar anything, he's going to go with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the tough part. So you went to the USFL, signed there, got they coaching change. And then what'd you do after that?
They released me, so I ended up going to Straubing. I had already
Down near
sat there and
Munich.
trained for so long. Yeah, near Munich, about an hour or 2 hours away, something like that. So I ended up going there and, just try to keep, just show what I can do on the field, and, just show them like, I've gotten better. I ended up breaking a record the first game that I got there. I had 3
What was
picks.
that?
3.
That's a GFL record?
It was a record for their organization. I don't know if it's a
Oh,
GFL
for the
record.
organization.
I'm sure it's. I don't know how many corners have gotten 3 interceptions in one game in the GFL.
Yeah, in the game.
I
That's
knew
crazy.
it's never been done in Straubing, so they were pretty excited. It was a great ride. They were on the cusp of relegation, so moving down in levels, so they had to win these games.
So that was a big help when you came in. Yeah.
Yeah, we won. We got our first or our second or third win actually. I think they had won one game, then we got another win, and then we ended up getting another win in the third game. So that kind of saved them from the regular relegation of moving down in levels.
Damn, and they didn't want to bring you back?
I think they had a head coaching change, and he kind of had his again more so who you
Same thing.
know. He has his own guys,
Yeah. And that's the
so
worst part ever.
no,
Damn. Yeah, that's tough.
I'm sure you could
So
turn on
then,
the film and see.
yeah, for sure. You did all that. 2024 for you was a year of growth.
Yeah, so I've sat out, got in front of some more coaches out here, just kind of networking, building a rapport in the U.S. as far as, how can I get to the top level? So that's kind of what I've been doing in 2024, kind of just working on myself and training. So it was a lot of training and a lot of networking, a lot of meeting people, a lot of driving, a lot of just putting myself out there, really.
Definitely. You're sculpting, cultivating, just trying to be the best Keem that you could be for yourself. And then hopefully for 2025, it's 2025 now. 2024 was a year of growth. You didn't play a snap, did you?
I did not play a snap of football. No,
Yeah.
I
That
did
was like me
some.
in 2015. Didn't play a
Yeah,
snap.
yeah. So
Damn.
it's kind of, I'm ready to get back out there and show people, who the best DB is in the league. I'm the best. In my eyes, I'm the best free agent that you're gonna get.
Definitely.
As far as a safety corner, just building myself as a leader off the field. As far as
Clip it. No,
building
that's
myself
good.
as a leader off the field, and it's honestly, I would say it's kind of helped me tremendously going back here, going back to my.
Froze. Still recording. Well, everybody, thank you for listening to the Imported Brand podcast. I think Keem's phone either died or something had happened. But yeah, thank you for listening to the Imported Brand experience with Adehkeem Brown, Adehkeem Cheem. I call him Cheem. He said, "You've been calling me this the whole time." I said, "Man, my bad." So Cheem, something must have happened, technical difficulties, but he's coming back. But this has been very eye opening for me, just because I've known Keem and his demeanor, how he is right now, and even when I was met him, it's still really relaxed, and it's cool to see somebody grow from when you meet him to now, and we've been friends and grown our relationship for about 5 years. So it's pretty cool to see that, and it's pretty cool to get that to do life with somebody. So yeah. And we'll start this up in a minute, and when Keem gets back, and we'll go from there. Thanks, guys. Hold on. Sorry, everybody. Technical difficulties. Welcome back to the Imported Brand podcast experience with Cheem, my boy, my brother. Sorry we left off. We had a little technical difficulties, but now we're back, and we left off on you in 2024. I think we were on the end of that conversation of 2024, where you said you took a year off. It was for growth, for cultivating, for getting you to kind of find yourself and to center yourself and getting better in what you want to do, and that's ultimately be the best football player that you can be. I remember you saying you are the best free agent pickup at DB, and you believe that in your heart, which every athlete should believe that they are the best one. Honestly, for me too, man. If you're looking for a defensive back that is hungry, he hasn't played a snap in 2024, but he knows how to play football, and he's just been working at football. Yeah, I'd probably take that guy than the guy that's just been kind of sitting on the couch or just kind of half-assing his workouts. I'd probably take the guy that's been working consistently for 365 days for one shot, and put him in a season where he can play. So that's 2024 was a season of growth and cultivating. Now it's 2025. Beginning of 2025. What's your next step? Like what is your next plan of action? Is it still to continue what you've been doing?
Yeah, just build on the things that are in front of me. Take advantage of the opportunities that are in front of me. That's my goal, and obviously, with that, one of my goals being get back on the field. Now, like I said, I've been networking, talking to a couple coaches, hoping. I will be playing somewhere in 2025.
Definitely.
Haven't quite figured out, where, but I'm in talks with leagues, all leagues,
Mm-hmm.
just to, get back on the field and give it, put my best foot forward.
Love that. Love that. What do you so you're training right now, you're at Quincy, you're trying to get your master's degree, finishing that up. I know faith is a big part of your journey too. How does that help you in all of this as an athlete and as somebody that's kind of like this is a beaten path. Like this is off the beaten path, not beaten path journey. This is off the beaten path to be a European football player, to be back and forth through the States and Europe, just trying to figure out life. And there's a bunch of guys like you and myself that have to do this as well. And your faith plays a big part of it. Some guys, I don't know how they get through it, but I know faith is a big part of it for me as well. But how has your faith played a role in these last 3-4 years with just this whole journey?
I would say I kind of lean. My grandmother started taking me to church, but it really hit me like when she passed away, and then I lost my brother. It kind of just became a base for me to lean on when things aren't going my way, or it's not how I thought it would be. So I always look for what lessons can I learn right now or today and in this moment, or what am I supposed to be learning? Because he's always preparing you for something. I understood that just by seeing answered prayers, just coming along my whole football career and in life, that he's always preparing you for something. So I just take that, and I always lean on that as far as I'll get to where I need to be, but there's a process of that that I'm gonna have to go through and grow through in order to be the person I need to be to get where I need to be.
Amen. No, for sure. That's definitely this ain't easy for those that are listening. Welcome back to the Importer Brand Podcast. But for those who are listening, man, it's not an easy road, especially when you've been doing it for even a couple years. Never mind, just as long as we've been doing it. It's not an easy road. There's a lot of people that tell you stop doing it. There's a lot of people that say move on with life. There's a lot of people that just kind of try to derail you from what you want to do. But I mean, I'm glad that God has created this avenue for us to be able to play the game longer, to be able to just be able to affect a bunch of, like, you don't understand, like, you're kind of a mini rock star when you're over there on these teams, in some leagues. And it's just something that it's cool. It's cool to be a part of. It's cool that you get to affect a whole different culture of people. So I'm glad you got to experience it and that it's part of your life's journey. Because I mean, there's a lot of people that will never do what we've done, ever. And I mean, we get paid by somebody else to experience it. So I think like that's just how, why would we stop that? And it's just because people don't know, they're just kind of ignorant to it. But yeah, no, that's awesome. I'm glad your journey started from at 12 years old and got to get to Italy and college and all around the world basically. And I'm glad our paths crossed to that we got to just cultivate this brotherhood and cultivate this love for football and then love for our faith and then just love for each other. So it's pretty cool.
Mm.
Yeah, very cool. What's What's one thing you wish that you would have done in each of the countries that you've been in that you didn't get to do? So in Italy, what is you wish that you could have done but you didn't do?
Honestly, travel a lot more. Being out there for 6 months, you don't really get to see everything, but you get to see a lot. You get to live like they live and, learn a different culture. But just travel more, see more of the world and,
I hear that.
all the world has to offer.
Yeah, definitely. Traveling more. What's one place in Germany that you wish you would have went to or haven't been to yet?
In Germany, oh, I've been out there for 5 years.
I haven't been to Oktoberfest yet. I've been, yeah, I
I,
mean,
yeah,
we've
I
been
have
to,
not been to a Munich Oktoberfest.
yeah, me
That's a good
neither.
one.
I've been to all the little shindigs, but I've never been to the big Oktoberfest.
Yeah, I say that'd be a big one. Just putting on the overalls and
And I said that the other day. I said I've been there for so long and I haven't bought it, but when I do buy it, I want to buy the real one. So I have it for
yeah.
like my lifetime. So I can say, listen, I lived in Germany to my son or my daughter. Say, hey, listen, this is what I did. This is what that culture is about. So I'm gonna spend $300-400, and I'm gonna buy a real one so I can say
Hmm.
I've done it for so long, it's worth it. So yeah, definitely Oktoberfest is definitely one for me too. Yeah, but yeah, man, it's been a ride. It's not over yet, but it's been a ride for your life. I could tell. I'm just kind of figuring out this football journey, but like I said, man, glad to have met you, glad to have crossed paths with you, and I'm glad that you're still on this journey and you're still pushing. I'm glad that you're still pushing. I know 2025 is going to be big for you, wherever you play, wherever you're at. There is some murmurs. Hopefully, if we could work something out that we're on the same team, but that's just for us to know and for everybody else to find out later. If that works out, man, it'd be awesome. It'd
Yeah.
be great. Be continuation of 19, but that's down the road, and God will figure out those plans for us, and we'll go from there.
Mhm.
What's what's one thing that you would leave somebody with? I started asking people this during the podcast. Is the last thing, like, what's one last thing you would say to people, or like what's one thing you can give like a motivational thing to somebody?
But like we said earlier, just kind of it's not going to be an easy road. There are going to be a ton of ups and downs, but you stay consistent with your workout routine. Lean on God, lean on Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of grow through it. So that's kind of the best advice I can give is stay consistent, stay praying. Your time will come.
Well, listen, thank you. Love that. Love to get to know you a little more and to hear your story. That's what we want to do here at the Importer Brand, is to share people's stories. So man, thank you. I appreciate
Hmm.
you. I love you. And as always, I love you. Jesus loves you. And thank you for watching the Imported Brand Experience with my boy Cheem and myself. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will be back on very soon. Ciao.
Hmm. See ya.